that should be a little bit better. Just let me know if volumes or anything are off. This is a new setup for me streaming pinball, so some of the mic stuff might be a little bit weird. If there's any background noise, if it's too quiet, anything like that, just let me know. It's looking like it's pretty quiet, so... Okay, that might be a little bit better. Yeah, just let me know if the volume is a little bit off. This is my first time using this mic, and I don't really know what the settings I need to use for it are, especially because it's going to be picking up the in-game volume as well as my voice. Cool. So, to reiterate, last time I was streaming, I was playing VR. Now I'm kind of going to be focusing a little bit more on pinball. I kind of wanted to just do something a little bit different. Pinball is something I can pick up and play a little bit more casual. So today I'm going to be playing The Hobbit. It's a game that is infinitely better than the movie. I love Lord of the Rings. I like the universe, but the movie's terrible. The game, however, is really fun. It's got a really deep rule set. So I'm going to basically go over and kind of explain roughly the rules of the game before we start going, just so you're not confused about what I'm doing, because pinball is a very rule-based game. A lot of older games, not necessarily so much, but the newer games are all very deep. So to start off, you've got 3 sets of drop targets. On the left, you have the elf drop targets. These are going to light elf modes, and they're also going to, when you hit a drop target down and then hit the button behind it, it's going to light up one of the dwarfs. I don't know what they call it, like a fellowship or whatever. In the movie, it's something else. But so you have elf, dwarf, and man. So once we get into the actual game, you'll see those characters that are kind of listed on the playfield. It might be a little bit hard to see, but they're going to be down at the bottom left there, or bottom right, sorry. On top of that, you've got your lock lights in the middle here. Initially, those are all going to be hit them once, it'll light up your lock, and you do that 3 times, and you'll lock your 3 balls. The ramps are both dual mode ramps, so you have book and time. Book is your mode, which is going to be on the little screen there. Time extends that mode once you're into it, and the right ramp is your lock and mode. So basically, that locks a ball or starts a mode, depending which is lit. And so you'll see in the game, hitting the ring button, which I don't think you can see, but it's just at the bottom of the playfield here. That will switch between lock and mode. What else? I don't think anything else is too crucial to explain initially. I'll explain them as they pop up. You've got 4 targets that pop up in the middle of the playfield. It might be a little bit hard to see from above, but you'll kind of get the gist. They're warg gnome, something else. I don't know. So let's start it up. Let me know if the volume of the game is drowning me out or it's too quiet, whatever.
I'm going on an adventure!
So, up at the top left, you'll see rollover, spell, lock. That's these 4 right here. Yeah, I will. On the left, you can see hit ring button to change skill shot. That's going to let me swap between this one, which is basically rotating through those drop targets. As you wait longer, the D is a higher value but a harder shot. The R is basically an instant hit if it's a full plunge. And the value just basically goes from lowest to highest, I think, from right to left. This one is...
Launch the ball.
I think this one you get more points if you hit more targets, but this is also a really difficult one to hit. The rollover lanes, this one you can usually get pretty easy if you kind of trickle out of there. I personally don't like it. This one's my favorite because you can hit multiple rollovers in one go. So let's do that. If I hit them. Oh, I got one. So that just started a mode there, which is bash the orc. Now a lot of the modes in this game, I'm gonna let this one time out just so you can see, but on the screen there's my time for it. I don't have time lit on the, maybe I'll just So you can see the screen changed. Now I'm bashing the goblin. Maybe. Jesus. And every time I hit it, you can see it extends my timer a little bit. Sometimes you can luck out and it'll count your hits from the back, sometimes not. So that just, I didn't finish that mode. Again. But basically most of the modes in this game are gonna be, they'll start with a single thing like, you know, bash the orc, then bash the goblin once, then bash the orc, and it might do that multiple times, or you'll have ones where it'll be like, shoot this thing 3 times, then shoot the ramp, then shoot into the pop bumpers. The pop bumpers are back here. If you're confused about when it says shoot the pops or shoot the bumpers or jets, or those are all kind of interchangeable terms. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the other thing is with the modes, you unlock more modes by shooting different shots. So for example, shooting into here, into this hole, unlocked my Radagast the Brown mode. I think shooting each of these dwarf targets, once the drop is down, you hit behind it and you can see, like, for example with this one, the purple lights flashing there. Those are all modes that I can unlock still. On top of that, I don't know why they're not flashing now, but Killy and Philly, the orbit shots, are also modes. So you can see right there, I just unlocked a mode. I skipped the skill shot on that, but that's fine. They're not really worth that much in terms of points. So right now... Shit. Right now, because I'm not... Well, now I'm in a mode. So this one, I believe you hit the spider 3 times. So that extended my timer, but I'm actually trying to shoot that hole on the right, which can sometimes be a little bit tricky. Oh, maybe not so much. So that's an actual completion of a mode right there. What I'm trying to do in this game... is... as you complete modes, you're unlocking Arcan Stones. And so here's different modes. You can actually see on the screen here the ones that I've got. So Duel in Lake Town was the first one I did with bashing the orc. I only got 75% completion on that. So basically, these are the different things to advance your Arcanstone modes, which are basically your sort of mini wizard modes in this game. Let me just see. I don't like the way the instant info works on this game, but basically, as you complete modes, and you have to kind of complete them to really progress, but as you complete modes, you kind of unlock a little bit of the deeper gameplay, like basically Into the Fire and Barrow Escape and stuff. They're all basically like a multi-ball mode. They're like a super mode basically. So let's go ahead. We've got a lock lit. I could use the ring button right now to postpone the lock and start a mode, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and lock the ball, or not. And this one ring mode is actually really easy. So I'm gonna postpone my lock there. Come on. To start this mode, oh, come on. So you can see those things pop up, and the reason they pop up is because I'm, come on. I'm hitting my rollovers, and when they're lit up, they, shit, I just changed the mode.
The bugs are returning to the mountain.
So, when these rollovers are lit up, like as you can see, Goblin is lit up right now. As you roll over, they cue the pop-up of the corresponding target. So, one rollover lights it, and then another rollover pops it up, and you can hit them and it'll drop them down, or you can just wait and they'll time out. A lot of times the risk reward of like shooting those targets isn't really worth it, so I'll just usually gain control of the ball and let them fall down on their own. I'm gonna go ahead and just lock this ball. I think that might actually be my third ball, so we'll start a multi-ball here. Is this? Or is that ball 2? It's ball 2. So what I did there is I don't have the lock lit. I gotta hit the K. There we go. So now my lock's lit. Well, why I postponed it there is I didn't want to start a mode without starting my multi-ball first, which I can do right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the multi-ball, and then try to shoot and get a mode going right away, so I have a mode running while I'm in multi-ball. Now we'll get into it a little bit later, but when you lock balls around these orbits on the outside, you can actually add a ball to your modes. So you can stack multi-balls in this, which is one of my favorite features of this game. You can get really crazy and have like 5-6 balls going at once. So that'll lock our third ball and start the Smog multi-ball. And I'm going to be shooting the right ramp for mode. Hey there. And if you guys have any questions in chat, just feel free to shoot them out. I may not be able to read in a time like this, but still trying to hit that mode shot. So in Smog multi-ball, there we go. There's our mode. So I want to shoot drop targets right now. Basically at this point right now trying to hit basically everything. Some of the stuff I need to hit for Smog multi-ball, and the drop targets I need to hit for my mode, which I have running right now. Shit. My mode is still running though, so I still want to keep trying to make... Oh my god! Look at that stuck ball up there. Woo! I might actually have to pull the glass off to get that one out. Yeah. So now you get to see something fun. We'll just let that drain. It's fine. Oddly enough, I think that's literally the first time I've ever gotten the ball stuck up there. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I do still have another ball. My bad. Okay, so what we had going on there, just to explain because it might have gotten a little bit chaotic, is I had locked a ball, started Smog multi-ball. Now, when you're in Smog multi-ball, there's specific goals you're chasing after. I think you usually see those up there, so it'll be things like shooting the holes, that's these two here, shooting your orbits, shooting ramps, and I can't remember if drop targets count in the first one. They might. And so what I was doing that stuff, but I also ended up shooting the ramp and starting a mode, which had me shooting at drop targets. Now, I think we can get into the quick info here. Ugh, I hate the way it works on this game. So in here, you can see, I think that was probably Dolguldur. So the Dolguldur mode, I made it through about 70% of it. The problem with the drop target modes is it's very difficult to hit these side targets. I think in that mode, what your goal is to drop all of the drop targets down, so it can be a little bit tricky. What I was explaining about earlier, locking balls for modes, you can see the Killy and Philly lights are both flashing green right now. what I want to do is try and shoot some balls up into there. So there's two things that'll happen when I do that. You can see up on the top right of the screen here, that's the advanced to Erebor section. And basically what happens is every time you shoot these spinners, they might be a little bit tricky to see, but the spinners, when they spin, will advance you to Erebor. So when you get to Erebor, takes, I don't know, it takes a little bit of time. I usually don't get it in a game, but what that'll do is start a bonus mode where I think it's all spinners, maybe all targets, give you a bonus to score. I don't think it's a really high value thing, so it's not something I actively chase, but it's something that's a nice bonus if you get it. Where that would be a real benefit is if you say get a multi-ball going and start advanced or start Erebor. You can get quite a bit of points because things are happening quite often. You got lots going on. So what I'm going to be trying to do right now is lock some balls for modes. So those Killian Philly shots are what I'm shooting for. Let's get my favorite skill shot going. Totally botched that, but I did hit the most valuable one. Shit. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Superb.
I think that's just a daily high score. I keep forgetting to turn this off. So I actually just recently updated this to the latest version, and they've added in quite a bit of stuff. I haven't put in a whole lot of time on the game since. I haven't put in a lot on the game since patching it. So there's lots of default high scores in there. So hopefully we'll put up some new scores today. Yeah. So flow of the game, completing modes as usual is like.
Share the treasure.
Blah, blah, blah. This game goes on and on. Before we do that, how was the volume of the game? Was that balanced pretty okay with my voice, or was it a little bit too loud? I noticed there's some points I kind of had to start yelling, but the might pick that up a little bit differently, so as long as everything sounded pretty balanced there, I'm a happy camper. Kind of looks like it's quiet. I'm going to turn it up just a bit. Let's see, how does that work? Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll roll with that. Okay, so looks good. Just let me know if it gets too loud or if the game is a little bit too loud. I'm gonna put it at 26. 26. Okay, yeah, so flow of the game. We want to basically be going through and taking out modes. Just to reiterate, hit the mode ramp and then do what it says on the little screen, hence why I have the camera for that, which it's kind of hard to see. Somewhere in there, yeah. So, like I said, a lot of the modes have multiple parts, and because you're counting down time on it, which will show up on the little book screen there, you're kind of gonna always be wanting to do two things at once. You're gonna be wanting to shoot the left ramp to extend time. It only lets you do that a few times. I think based on the mode you're in, it gives you different amounts and stuff. So that'll be a little bit tricky sometimes to extend it in the harder modes. So what you really want to be doing is getting those multi-balls stacked with your modes. That usually helps you complete things a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. There's a couple modes where it's literally like one shot. Those modes are definitely modes you want to be chasing after. You might have seen earlier on, I was trying to get the one ring, I think it is. That mode is literally a single shot mode. It's like shoot a ramp. And those modes, like knocking those out early is pretty good because it means you might get to into the fire a little bit quicker. So I usually don't go in with any solid strategy initially, but once I've played my first ball, it'll usually kind of tell me what direction I'm heading in and stuff. So early on, good idea is to hit all your drop targets down and unlock the elf, dwarf, and man modes. You'll see it'll say elf modes qualified or something like that if you hit all three of the say, elf targets down. So stuff like that, you want to get that done very early because it unlocks things for you to do in the game. So let's do it. The other thing,
Looking for someone to share in an adventure.
the other thing you want to do is the skill shot it gives you initially is actually worth more than if you change it. So when it's on a mode you like initially, it's a good idea to stick with it. Shit. So I got 4,500 for that, and I think normally you get something like 4,000 if you change it. Something like that. So there you can see elf mode's qualified. I'd like to get man, but I think before I do that, I'm gonna take out those dwarf targets.
Give him a pony.
Oh, and the center shot there is Thorin. The left ramp is Gandalf, and the right one is Bilbo for mode qualification. So I have to take the D target down for dwarf and the M for man. Ideally, if I can do it, I'd like to hit that D target while getting it behind and into the hole. It's a pretty tricky shot to do, but nope. And that's the reason right there why I wanted to do that, because oops, the Balin mode, you actually can't light that unless you shoot in the hole. But to do that, you gotta knock. Whoa, you gotta knock the target down there first. So that was a terrible first ball, but we'll keep rolling.
There's another way in.
So you can see there is advanced to Erebor. Because it wasn't lit, I actually don't get a mode ball locked for that. There we go. So there's the Balin, the dwarf mode qualified. You can see on the bottom right there. And there's the man modes qualified. So now I have all the modes qualified. Shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Now that I got all the modes qualified, that's usually where I'm going to start playing the game seriously, instead of just kind of flailing around. It is okay to start a mode right away as soon as you have one and start going in it, but I often like to play where I build all the stuff up that I want to do, so that if I get into a multi-ball or start a multi-ball mode, I can kind of chain things together a little bit more. It just means that you have a bigger chance of getting points from it, but it is a risk-reward kind of style of play, so I'm going to use that chance to qualify a mode, or unlock a dwarf, or whatever they call it. But we might as well start up a mode here.
I thought we lost our burglar.
There we go. So this one's shooting rollovers. That's those lock buttons in the middle. If I'm not mistaken, this one's actually a pretty easy mode to complete through, because it's just shoot rollovers and then shoot the bumpers like that. The one thing that can kind of get you hung up is shooting into those bumpers can be a little bit tricky sometimes. I'm gonna let that drain. This is a bad ball. Bad game. So you can kind of see there, like, I was shooting into the pop bumpers, but because I wasn't having very good luck, Jesus. Because I wasn't having very good luck with it sticking into the pop bumpers and rattling around, which is actually one of my complaints with the game. The pop bumpers in this game are not really as active as I'd like them to be.
I never doubted you for a second.
Mainly because of the placement of them. It's kind of tough to see from the top, but you have one back here, one under the book, and one kind of in that area. And because of the placement of them, it often causes it to go and then pop straight out, or out the side. It would be nice if it was like a little bit over, just so it kind of triggered it moving a bit more, but whatever. So let's get going again. Oh, I missed it. I get a little greedy. I don't like waiting for those drop targets to cycle through. But again, like I said, give me a ball save. Wow, no ball save. Like I said before, though, the skill shots aren't really worth that much in the grand scheme of things. Your big points in this game are kind of later on into the game as you're stacking up stuff in modes. You can get a lot of points in Smog Multi-Ball if you've got it stacked up. Come on. Wow. This is actually like the easiest mode in the game. And I just blew it. That's terrible. Terrible. But that's okay. We'll get warmed up and then we'll play some serious pinball. See, it's kind of funny because, like, in a lot of games with the pop bumpers, when you shoot into them softly versus hard, they'll have different, like, effects, but in this game they really don't. They kind of just do the same thing, a couple pops. Wow, that was quite the airball. Ugh. This game can be a little bit finicky with its ramps. I like to, in this game in particular, increase my coil power and my flippers a little bit. I find it just helps with making those ramp shots, especially backhanded. But even with that, I think I'm on about a 7-degree tilt on this, and it just means it's a lot harder to make those shots, but it makes the gameplay a little bit more my pace. This game can often be very floaty because of how open the playfield is, but if you set it up right, it can be pretty fast still. So let's get that mode going.
Is that what I think it is?
Get a little bit more time on it. So I gotta shoot flashing yellow targets. That's those. I don't remember how many you have to shoot, but nice thing about this game, the code's pretty advanced so that it'll pause my countdown timer while I'm running up from the vertical up kick or something like that, or when I lock a ball like that. So here I'm actually in a mode at the perfect time. I'm already in it when the multi-ball starts, and it's one of the easiest modes for this. I'm basically just going to be popping those flashing yellow targets. I may actually not even complete it because of the time. I missed that time extension shot there. Yeah, I didn't get it. That sucks. So you can kind of see how crucial those time extension shots can be. I still have ball save there. If you're wondering, the ball save is right there. It's kind of a teal color. Some of that stuff might be a little bit hard to see on camera. They're a little bit hard to see in person, so can't imagine it's much easier on camera. So we didn't get a lot of completion done during that mode, or during that that multi-ball. It's kind of tough because when you get in a mode that's like shoot a broad spectrum thing, you're not focusing as much, and the Smog Multi-Ball Advance really requires you to focus shots. So like I said, like your orbits, your ramps, and your holes. So our next one, let's just go right into the mode. Come on. Come on. Oh, just can't do it. I can't get it up, girls. I apologize. There we go. So we're shooting the left ramp on this one. I don't remember if this is the Windlance one or what. But occasionally you'll have things stack up like now where it's saying shoot the left ramp, which is also going to, come on, which is also going to give me a time extension, which I desperately need because I'm sitting around fumbling. Nothing. But I believe that's a multi-step mode. There's so many modes in this game. I find one of the biggest challenges with it is remembering what you actually have to do through the full mode. I really need to disable this. The today's high score thing is like the stupidest thing ever. It makes sense in a bar or something like that, but I'll be honest, The Hobbit's not a game for in bars and stuff. It just doesn't... It's better in a home environment for sure. Alrighty.
Friend or foe?
I think I need to stop trying to backhand that right ramp. So this one is actually a really one of the really interesting modes in this. So you need to shoot the, if I could gain control here, you need to shoot the left ramp, or the left hole and the left loop. Shit. You need to hit the left hole and the left loop to lower the target so that you can hit the ramp or the right loop to do the actual progression of it. And it's a fun mode, but it is really challenging because if you're not hitting your shots and you're not on point like me, then you're gonna have a bad time. Let's see if I can get a couple this time. No. Is that gonna give me a ball save? What? That? Blah, blah, blah. I often just expect it's gonna give me the ball save, but it doesn't. In this one, I pretty much always just shoot the R because whatever. This game might be a little bit of a too little too late ball, but if I can get a multi-ball going, I can still probably put up a decent score in the game. A lot of that is contingent on actually hitting shots. So you can see with the backhand there, if I flip from the end of the flipper, I'm just getting a little bit more torque off of it, but it often requires the ball to be rolling one way first for it to work. So first thing we want to do is get that mode lit. Of course, I popped up a target while that was happening. So I'm kind of ignoring anything else right now, just trying to get my shots lined up to hit that mode ramp. And desperately failing. Shit. A wasted multi-ball. So this one's pretty much going to be a write-off. But we'll keep going. I might be able to get another multi-ball going. I often have to remind myself with pinball, one ball can be like your whole game. Like you can make all your points in a single ball. So when you have two really bad first balls, you kind of like almost resign yourself. But it's a bad idea, especially, you know, coming from a competitive play standpoint, to give up that early. Like you can get extra balls and stuff, not in competition, but you can get extra balls. Here is actually, I think this is the first time I've actually locked one since I started today. So that locks my first ball for a mode. So when I start a mode, that's going to give me 2 balls. So I might as well do that right now. Let's regain some control here as I make it go wilder and then train. Fuck. This game is actually, because it's such a heavy game, this is a wide body, it's a little bit bigger than a standard cabinet. Because it's so heavy, this game is pretty tricky to nudge. And what I mean by that is doing things like that. And you can do that in the instance of something like that to get a little ball save going on. Other than that, though, pretty standard. Let's do better. Let's get good.
Dragonfire should rejoice.
Keep doing it. I keep going for it. So there you can kind of see I nudged it a little bit to the left. Hit my flipper just to save it a bit there. It's a lot trickier to do on this game, just because of the weight of it. But if you're a big, strong man, you can do it. And I'll believe in you. All the way. So again, trying to open up things for my modes, unlock some things, qualify some things. I really want to get that left orbit right now, which is a spectacularly difficult shot for me, especially today when I'm playing like shit. Hitting those orbits will get me my mode multi-ball locked. Shouldn't call it mode multi-ball, an extra ball for my modes. Which I desperately need, because every ball is going to help me, because I need it. Come on. And this is a game where those specific shots, thankfully, are not really high-risk shots. You don't have a lot of chance of the ball, you know, spraying straight down or going down an out lane out of those shots. You just got to be a little snappy on picking it up as it returns. But one downside is you do often lose control of the ball when that happens, and you spend a lot of time, like I'm doing, just trying to hit some shots. And it can kind of slow down the gameplay of this, but if you're playing from a smart, trying to get points, trying to do things efficiently, maybe this isn't efficient because I'm not making the shots. There we go. What it'll do is open things up for you a little bit more. What I want to do is to get one more mode ball locked, so I'm going to keep shooting those orbits to try and get so that I have a 3-ball multi-ball when I start a mode. And then I want to start locking balls. So what I'll be doing then is starting a 3-ball multi-ball, and then when I hit the mode shot, once I'm in there, or even before, I can effectively have a 6-ball multi-ball going, which I don't remember if this game has 5 or 6 balls in it, but if you don't have enough balls in the game, what it gives you is a ball save that lasts a bit longer, which is nice. control here. No. No! No! Alright, but we got a plan of action here. I'm only on ball 2.
You've outplanted.
I do actually find that the left shot, for me anyways, is a little bit easier to make than the right orbit. But we'll try it anyways. Both of them are seemingly very difficult shots for me. Come on.
You only just got here.
Oh! Just the tip. Not enough. No! Again. A little bit deeper. Fuck. Fuck me. Fucking pinball. Alright. I'm gonna keep doing this plan because I like it. There we go. I can actually get another ball in there. Oh no, wait, I can't. Never mind. Okay, so now we're shooting locks. I think I've probably hit those rollovers 3 times, so just need to just do it, you know? And not drain, like I'm probably going to. I actually didn't mention it, but you can see this blue light here. There's a little target there. That's a mystery light. Sometimes it has some decent awards. Sometimes it's like 1,000 points and it's pointless. But I usually don't go for it in particular. So I actually just started Feast Frenzy. And that gave me a jewel for Arkenstone because I had the dwarves collected. See, there was a mystery award was Lighting Golem. What Lighting Golem is a skill shot ball save down the right side here. You see the ring lights lit up there. But not worried about any of that. I'm worried about locking balls here. If I can get this multi-ball going with one more shot, then we'll be living the dream. No! I wanted the... No. No, don't you tell me that's gonna count as a dream. Oh, I hate that. So the kickback in this game is a piece of shit kickback. I hate it. But it's a kickback that usually works, but sometimes it doesn't, and it just doesn't register this thing quick enough. So there's a little plastic nub that pops up. It's supposed to be there to ball save and for drains. My problem with it is this game, what it does is you'll have kickback lit, but it doesn't pop that up. And the reason it doesn't is because it's a coil. You don't want to burn the coil out holding it on. Hey, what's up, Luca? But yeah, it's a coil. You don't want to hold it on because it'll burn it out. But it's a terrible design because it shouldn't be like that. What it should be is some kind of a momentary thing. I don't know, so that it stays up while your kickback is lit. I just think that that's one point on this game that's a really bad design. But whatever. It should have in code given me that ball back anyways because it rolled over. Problem is it doesn't detect that it did that. I think every game should have rollovers here and then switches down in here just for detection purposes, so that from a code standpoint, when it does that and it's supposed to kick it back and it doesn't properly kick back, it'll still give you your ball back. That sucked because we had shit lined up perfect. All we needed to do was shoot the lock ramp, and yeah. Sounds good, dude. I'll be on for probably another couple hours or so. I will destroy some Hobbit-sized records. There's a lot of default scores on here. I can smash these. Yeah, I haven't even broken the grand champ on this since I reset the code. So 500,000, that's our goal. I think the best one I've had since I did the code was 320. Can easily beat that with something like, I don't know. I think my all-time high score on this game is like 1.7 or something, which isn't really that high, but it was basically I had done Into the Fire and Barrel Escape and a whole bunch of modes. So that's what the goal is. So let's do it.
Is gold enough for that mountain?
Now, I really like that skill shot because it... Give me that ball save. Yeah. I really like this skill shot because you have the chance of hitting all 4 rollovers, and I think it adds up to something like 12,000. So for skill shot values, it's actually probably the best skill shot value you can get, as long as you hit them all and as long as it's the first one, like the default skill shot that comes up. I think when you get a ball save like this, it's a good idea to try and hit some more of those locks. I didn't, but I only need to hit C like that. And I've already got a lock lit, so let's just go for it. Let's try and get some progress going. I'm not gonna lie, I was really tempted. I had to shoot for Philly. I did it. It didn't work, but I did it. I love getting them mode multi-balls, so I can't help myself. We're gonna go for Killy right now on the right side. No, we're not. We're gonna say we're gonna go for Killy on the right side, and then we're just gonna drain. So if Golem was lit right there, you would see a bar here going up and down, and if you hit the ring button, which you can't see, it's down here. If you hit that while it's going down and you hit it in the green section, it'll give you a ball save. So it's kind of like a skilled ball save, which I like. I think it's a nice touch. And it seems to be pretty lenient.
Get out of here.
Yeah! Give me that ball lock. I like it. I don't care about airborne. I often skip some of the animations by hitting both flippers. Yeah! Oh! That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's do it. Now we just gotta lock some balls. Start a mode. Trying to regain control here. I'm not actually trying to... Oh my god. I'm getting a lot of air balls. I wonder if one of my ramp flaps might be off or something. Anyways, let's see if I can make this. I know I can't. I keep trying, but... Come on. Jeez. I just cannot regain control. I'm out of control. Shit. Wrong way. Those slow drains are the worst ones because you see them coming and you just watch them happen. But it's alright. We got a lot of stuff done in that first round. It may not seem like it, but I'm postponing my mode there because I don't want to start my multi-ball. My mode multi-ball. My mode with extra balls until I get my lock. Because it may actually take me longer to get the lock than it will that. Come on, hit that K. Hit that K. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. I can't postpone, so if I accidentally hit the mode shot here, it'll be bad. Fuck. So instead I did that. It was a tactical move, you know? Damn it. We're getting warmed up, though. I think the last time I played pinball was at League like a week and a half ago. No. 2 weeks because I missed it, but anyways, we're warming up. we're gonna get that skill shot stacked up right away here.
I'm a pony.
I'm a pony. I think that's what he says there. I don't know. I like to think he's saying he's a pony.
It's not natural.
I think the only reason I know anything about this movie still is from the game, because the movies were really forgettable. To me, anyways. I don't want to do that mode yet, but if it happens, that's fine. I'm going to focus right now until I hit my locks on trying to hit some other stuff. Like what I just did there was actually just about perfect because it let me get my lock light lit and hit a couple of drop targets and stuff around the sides. So as the ball rolls down, because I have the orc lit, it's gonna pop up and block that shot anyways. I'm gonna go for that shot and hit it. Booyah! And I'll be going for Philly now on the left side. Not getting it, but that's okay. Basically, what I'm banking on right now... Shit. What I'm banking on right now is that through trying to hit the Killian Philly shots and just miscellaneous whatever, that I will inadvertently be hitting my lock shots and getting my lock lit.
Throat cutters.
Throat cutters. Again, the only reason for that is I really don't want to start a mode right now. Shit. So I only have the O left here, and I can lock one more ball in the orbits. This is probably my favorite way to play this game, is to get those things stacked up. It sucks that 2 balls in to do that, but it's a really satisfying feeling when it happens. And for me, it's worth the time you spend on it. Really want to try and get this skill shot just right. Damn. Damn. Alright. There we go. So, we got our lock lit. We've got 2 balls locked for mode. Just got to make one shot. Shitty thing is my orc is lit right now, which means it's going to pop that up. I'm just gonna shoot it. Nah, I'm gonna shoot around it. I don't think I can make that from this flipper, so I'm just gonna... Oh boy. Oh boy. It was worth it. I gotta make this happen. I need it to happen. Yes! Okay, so we got our 3-ball multi-ball. All I need to do is hit that mode ramp. That's all I'm trying to do right now. I'm gonna regain some control here. And get it. Alright, we got it. So now I'm gonna be hitting a few things. I need to shoot the left ramp, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Woo! Spicy. It's madness. I'm losing a lot of balls here, but it's worth it. I need to shoot the right hole. And red shots end mode. I actually want to end the mode so that I can get going into another one. Come on. There we go. So now what I'm trying to do is all the smog stuff, and you'll see that up on the top middle, top left, something like that. Shit. Just missed it. So you can see, compared to the other games I was playing, just from that one ball having that going on, I'm at 220,000. And that's basically just from one mode and multi-ball. So getting all of that, if you have a good round and you get all that on the first ball, you can get yourself set up a lot earlier. So you can kind of see... You can see that I didn't actually complete that mode, which I forgot that that mode is like that. Where is it? There it is, Mirkwood. So in that mode, obviously I'll remember it next time, in that mode, you want to actually hit those shots before hitting the red one. I forgot the red one is like, it finishes the mode before you're done. I think I actually only just needed to shoot the left hole on that one and I would have completed it, but no biggie. We are still going here, so let's just start up a mode. Shoot left ramp. So this one is the Windlands one. I just want to be shooting that left ramp. Whoa. Come on. Man, I feel like my flippers are weaker than usual, but that's okay. This one, I think you just basically need to shoot the left ramp a whole bunch, and that completes it. And this one's actually a pretty decent mode because as you're shooting that left ramp, you're also extending your time, so you're making shots to complete the mode as well as extending the time on the mode, which I like. Like that. Feels good, man. I think I've got maybe like one shot left on it. Maybe two. I know it takes quite a few shots. Ugh. There it is. Huzzah! Let's get another mode going. Bash the orc. So we gotta hit orc, goblin, orc, goblin. Come on. Oh, come on. No. There it is. I needed that just to pause the timer for a second. Alright, and... Oh no, it wasn't enough. Come on. Come on. No! Oh, I got it. Yes. Woo! Let's regain some control here. Okay, so 2 modes not in multi-ball, 100,000, give or take. 1 mode in multi-ball with extra balls, 200,000. So you can kind of see where I'm coming from score-wise there. Let's just keep doing modes here. If I happen to lock some balls and stuff, cool. But if I keep going along this pace, I may end up actually making it a little further than I thought I was going to on this ball. Oy. I want to, Gandalf. I want to. Oh. Okay, so in this one, the captive ball hides the beasts. To make that shot, I have to hit the captive ball. Oh, not enough juice. Not enough juice. There we go. Okay, so this is... Oh no! That was a little bit too early. That was my ball save there, the skill shot ball save. I don't know if you caught that. Still, we got another ball left, so we're doing okay. Damn it. That's about as bad as it gets. What? No ball save? That's what I'm talking about, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Some of the code in this game, not so great. They've put out a lot of updates for it and they've made a lot of improvements, but somehow in I don't know. Whew, pop! Somehow in like 3 years of releasing code updates, they still overlook all of this stuff. I'm gonna have a quick look in the settings here. Come on. And see what my flipper strength is at. Full menu, test settings, coil settings. So I have those. I'm gonna just put those up to 30. I think I set them at 28, just thinking that's about where they were, but generally speaking, you don't want to set those coil strengths too high. You don't want to set those coil strengths too high just because you could do some damage to some stuff, but when you're feeling like it's not got enough force, that's where games like this, all the Jersey Jack games, have this option. I'm not sure if Stern. I've got an Iron Maiden, which is like one of the newest Sterns, and I'm not positive if that game, if you can adjust coil strength or not. But it's one of my favorite things about the JJP games, the Jersey Jack Pinball, is you can adjust that coil strength, so it lets you tilt the game down a little bit and still have the play that you want. Because basically having the game have a more aggressive tilt means it's going to play a little bit faster. But if you can't make any of those shots while it's got that tilt, it's not fun. So what I want to do now is just adjust so that I can turn off daily high score. I don't know if that's in here. Keep daily high scores. Nah. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna grab some water and then we'll rock and roll. Also, hey everybody who's popped into the channel since I started streaming. Let me know if anything volume balance wise, especially with the mic, if there's any issues with the mic come up, because it's my first time using this mic, and playing in a setting where you have a single mic picking up voice as well as game audio, it's easy to lose balance on that or for it to get too loud or anything like that. So any feedback on that is great, and I will be right back. So I'm really enjoying playing the style of locking my my mode balls and then getting my multi-ball going. I'm gonna keep doing that. I do also want to kind of focus on hitting dwarf shots. One of the benefits, I don't know when they added this in the code because I don't think it was in there originally, but excuse me. When you start Feast Frenzy, which is a dwarf mode basically, it will it will start Feast Frenzy, but if you've already collected the dwarfs, you get an Arkenstone out of it like instantly. So it's a nice thing to kind of collect all those dwarfs by hitting shots. So just to reiterate, for each one of the drop targets, you're going to hit the drop target and then hit the yellow target behind it. I don't know if you can see the yellow targets behind them. I think the plastics obscure them, but the those are the drop target dwarf shots. Then you've got Killian Philly on the outside, Gandalf and Bilbo on the ramps, Thorin in the center shot, Radagast in the hole, and Balin in the hole. Those are all your dwarf shots, and collecting all of them is effectively what I want to be doing as sort of a side mission. But again, I'm focusing more on hitting those Killian Philly shots, locking my mode multi-balls, and then starting a multi-ball, and then starting a mode. So that I'm effectively getting a 6-ball multi-ball, or even a 5-ball multi-ball if I happen to get the just a single ball locked. So let's do it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask or suggestions. I thought it wasn't gonna get me that kickback. Okay, so my mystery award there's my Radagast. My mystery award there was activating Super Jets, and I do think they made some changes in either the last code update or the one before regarding some of the scoring on stuff like Super Jets. So I think they're a little bit more valuable now, but I still don't think they're like a big value. So
a little more light.
Right now, Killian Philly aren't flashing, so I'm not bothering with shooting those. This is a good opportunity to shoot something like the man targets. Or not. Just because there's sometimes trickier shots to hit. Alright, I'm going to hit my lock here. Then I'm going to shoot for Killy on the right, now that those are lit. Nope. 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 Man, those are some tricky shots. Oh. I should adjust my flippers so that I can make those shots easy, because everything else I think I can work around, but fuck! Everything else, this is located in my house, Pinhead. I've got, Hobbit dialed in, Iron Maiden, and Total Nuclear Annihilation, and they're not working right now, but I also have a Flash Gordon, Judge Dredd, and Tales of the Arabian Nights. And when I say not working, it just means they're in some state of disrepair. Tales of the Arabian Nights, I'm changing ramps out in. Judge Dredd, I have some work I need to do on the crane in it. And Flash Gordon is actually, I got a killer deal on that, and it's just being like torn down and repainted and all that stuff. So, but for now, I'm going to focus on the Hobbit. We'll probably move on to something like Dialed In. I don't know, sometime this week maybe. It's a little bit of work to move my whole rig. This lighting and camera rig is a little bit over the top. Oh man, I gotta go for this skill shot. I still haven't gotten a full rollover on it. So there's 2, and that was 7,400. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 12,000 that you get when you hit all 4 of those rollovers. But it's a satisfying feeling, so I love going for this skill shot. The rotating drop target one is like, the reward on it's okay, but I just find I always just want to full plunge and go for the R because it's less work. The elf drop target and these rollovers are, I think, my least favorite, just because I don't ever hit them. They're so hard to hit. I'm going to go for a full plunge right now because I got a ball save off of that and I'm already done my skill shot. I'm going to go for a full plunge so I can knock down, hopefully, the R and the A targets, because I still need to collect the 2 dwarfs behind those. 50%, not bad. Nice! There's my ball lock. I am from Canada. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta. And we've got a pretty booming pinball scene here. We've got a full-time league that runs bi-weekly, as well as some smaller like IFPA type events. Provincials here are good. There's a pretty good community provincially here, and we have a good pinball show here every year called the Egg Pin. We've been doing that for a few years now, and I'll actually probably be doing the there we go, nice. I'll actually probably be doing the stream for the Egg Pin this year as well, or at least setting it up so that I can focus on playing. Oh, nice. Holy shit. Woo. I have no idea where I'm at in that. Shoot back in. I totally missed all that. So I'm in Feast Frenzy right now. I don't know if I can still collect the dwarves while I'm in this, because you can add value by hitting the dwarf shots right now, but I don't know if you can actually collect them still. Also, I'm in Beast Frenzy right now, which I think is the first time we've had this happen today. I usually try to avoid it because it usually gets in the way of doing other stuff, but basically when you've hit all the beast targets, it'll start this up. This is kind of bad because I'm in Beast Frenzy while trying to hit like drop targets. Oh, that's why I hate Beast Frenzy. You're like trying to actively pursue something, and it just gets in the way. And I honestly, maybe they changed the scoring on it a little bit, but the scoring off of it is really not worth how much you might miss out on by not completing modes. Oh boy, I think I got ball save on that. Oh man. Hopefully that ends my beast jackpot there. Oh man.
3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Kinda had a feeling that was gonna happen. Yeah, Judge Dredd is still my favorite game. I think it's one of those games that like it kind of rewards you the more you play it, because it does have a really great flow to it. It's not a difficult game, but it's got a really great flow to it. And I did a custom pin sound soundtrack on mine, and it's fucking great. It kicks ass. It's actually the main music for like when you're in between modes and stuff that I picked is the same as my Be Right Back music. I don't know if you were in there when I just stepped out for a second, but that kickback pushed a ball that rolled up the out lane from the bottom. Rolled up the out, like from down here? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even notice there's so much going on. What are we at for score right now? 182. So for all of that was going on, I got like no points out of it because of fucking beast mode. That's why I hate beast mode in this game. You should be able to disable it because it's like one of the worst. Like, you're gonna end up hitting all 4 of them by accident. So it's kind of something that I really don't like. Maybe if they increase the scoring of it, it would be worth the risk of it. But there's like, it's a risk reward with no reward, because hitting those, like especially the lower beast targets, there's a pretty high chance you can drain off of them. And it's just, to me, it's not something I really want to pursue when I'm like going for a score in this game. I'm gonna focus on trying to get Killy and Philly while getting those locks lit. I may actually be able to... Ugh, shit. Not what I wanted. This actually isn't too bad. Except for when it is. Motherfucker. I don't know if that mode is just hitting rollovers a whole bunch or if there's something that pops up after it. Come on, give me all 4. Give me none. Give me nothing.
Great job.
Number 7 isn't great. I gotta fill this board up today. These default high scores that are in here just aren't doing it for me. You know what? Let's just chase modes. Let's stop doing our mode multi-balls. If we get them, if they're lit up and we hit them, cool. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try chasing just modes and see what we can do. Because I did get on my ball 3 in that 2 games ago or whatever, I did end up making some decent progress, and I really like making it to at least into the fire. But that doesn't happen if you don't hit modes, so let's focus. I am going to keep hitting those locks though whenever possible. Multi-ball in this game is just worth so much. And being able to start a mode while in the multi-ball just means that you're going to be racking up points a little bit quicker. What do we got? Shoot drops. Oh, come on, that totally hit. Come on. Come on. Give me it. I like this mode because of the fact that it's not focusing on making a specific, like one specific shot. You got to hit a bunch of shots to remove the incorrect drop targets. And yeah, you could shoot the drop targets just to lower them on your own and get to it, but it's so much faster hitting a couple ramps and stuff to lower the drop targets and reveal the correct one. And then you know what to focus on. I actually think that one's probably one of my favorite mode designs. And I think it's like a 3-phase thing. It's pretty cool. I don't know what my skill shot was there even. Ugh. Oh, I do have a mode lit. My bad. Nasty. Dirt nasty. Oh, there's 3 of them. What was that? 11,000 for 3. We're almost there. Getting 4 is so satisfying. It's better than the reward from the skill shot, because that's like whatever, 12,000 is nothing. But hitting all 4 of them, you're like, yeah. I hit that because it was an actual skill shot, and I've got actual skill. Even though you probably don't, but come on. Thief? Nice. In the industry, we call that bonus cheese nachos. might as well go for another one of those. Fucking A, will go for that. Woohoo! Alright. Hit the multi-ball.
Mr. Dwyer.
Hit the multi-ball. Get our multi-ball going. And hit the mode shot. And get our 3-ball going out of that. I said I wasn't going to do this, but it just happened. So that's fine. As long as I can actually do it. Man, sometimes hitting a ramp is all you can do. Do I have a ball stuck somewhere? Jesus. One thing that's always tough for me is when you get this many balls, there's just no way to gain control of them. Like, 3 balls you can do, like this. But it's still so risky, it's not... I don't know that it's worth it on this game. There are some games where ball control during a multi-ball is really, like, advisable. But on this game, when you hit multi-ball, there's so many shots that you can hit. I don't really think it's worth it. I think just fire shit off and try to keep your balls alive. Oh, come on. See this? There we go. Oh, come on. This beast mode is really fucking me up, because right there I would have hit my right loop shot. I don't want to. I don't like them. Whew. Yeah, Maiden's definitely doable, and I think it really depends on what you're going for in the game. If you're just going for score, there's one strategy, and if you're going for God, I hate this fucking mode. If you're going for completion, that's a completely different thing.
I say we double back.
I don't know if I have any tilt warnings right now. I try to avoid... That's the other thing, too, is trying to maintain ball control during a multi-ball. You're often going to have to use some warnings. Or some manner of warning. Shoot either ramp, okay. Just to keep yourself safe. And I think that's like, in this game, like... Yeah, it can be pretty tough to get a warning on a cabinet this big. Ooh! Ah, fuck! But it's still something like, why give up a 5-ball multi-ball for a tilt? Like, that's just stupid to me. But, how did we do there? 315. That's not bad. It's not that good, though. I'm getting warmed up, though. I remember the first year we did Yagpin, the Hobbit had basically just come out, and it was one of the competition machines. And I think like granted the code has changed and stuff substantially, but I think the top 10 high scores on Hobbit in that competition were like under 200,000 for sure. And I remember struggling to get my score up above 100,000, because our format is, you buy tickets or whatever, and you can do it as many times as you need to basically get whatever high score you're comfortable with or you think you can't do better than. And I like the format because for me, I know I can put up a good game on any game that I know the rules to. But it often takes like a few tries. This game in particular, I think because the rules are so deep, if you don't really understand any of the strategies for like deeper play on it, it's pretty tough to put up a score. But I think back on like when the game came out, like I don't think scoring changed that substantially. I think it's just people really didn't understand the game when it came out. And I remember it being set up very slow. Like my Hobbit's set up to play pretty fast, which occasionally means you'll get some air balls and stuff, but to be honest, I would take that over the slow, floaty play that a lot of Hobbits have. It's one of my biggest complaints with games with wide open play fields, and it's a surprise to me that like I ended up actually really enjoying this game, is because it is a very like wide open play field. And if you think about like the fact that outside of the lock lights, you have these 4 pop-ups. And the real purpose of those pop-ups is to block your shots. Like they're not really there for scoring purposes. Like it's not something like Medieval Madness where you know your orcs popping up and stuff, or trolls popping up can be worth a little bit more points like as you get deeper into the game. But in this game, they're really there as an obstruction. So if you think about it, the middle of the playfield, these lock lights are basically it for the playfield. And for whatever reason, the game still has a great flow to it. I think it's because of the full orbit shot and the way the ramps work, like making a half shot, having it roll back down. It's kind of like a fishtails that's less risky. And I fucking hate fishtails because you get, if it's a fishtails that isn't really set up super great, you get a lot of balls that just unfairly drain. You have to often tilt out just to save the ball. And in this game, you've got enough warning that you can give it that little nudge to maybe save the ball. And having that long of a ball travel with it coming down off of that, it doesn't feel as much of a risk-reward ramp. You also have, like, if the ball kind of just grazes one of the lock buttons, it can kind of divert it for better or worse. Usually it's for better, though, which is cool. All right. Let's rip and ride. Oh, fuck. Honestly, I think it's almost a better strategy to not hit that skill shot and to hit the R and the F to claim the dwarfs behind it. Because those can technically be more valuable in the long run of play. Whoa, that was some save. I don't know if you guys saw that as clearly as I did, but I was enjoying the tip, if you will. Also, thank you. I don't have my screen open in front of me. I just have chat open in front of me. But thank you to whoever just tipped or donated or whatever it was, or subscribed or followed. I appreciate it. Every little thing counts. All right, let me get that mode. Ooh, get that extra ball nice and early. Might as well go for that. As long as I don't drain. Ugh. Come on. You would. That's good enough. Good enough. Good enough. I should probably be shooting that lock ramp while it's lit right now.
The captive ball.
I normally wouldn't bother with that shot, but I needed to collect Thorn anyway, so that was a kind of a double whammy. Fuck. Love me a good death save like that. It just feels good. Come on. I'm gonna, you know what's gonna happen? The same thing that always happens when you're trying too hard to focus on a single shot. You end up draining trying to get the thing that you're getting to save your... Oh, shit. You end up draining while trying to focus on a shot. That's like... I think that's like the #1 thing I get caught up in playing pinball when I'm like focusing on a specific goal. It's like, oh, I've got to get that extra ball so that I can play a little bit less risky, and then you end up draining trying to get it anyways, instead of focusing on stuff you should be for points and for progression. Jesus. Oh my god. Ho 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 ho. Man, we are +3 balls locked right now for my next mode. I think at this point I just gotta stop focusing on that extra ball, lock some shit, get my multi-ball going, get a mode multi. Fuck! Oh my god! Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I knew it. That was brutal. So maybe right now what I should be focusing on is trying to get with my skill shot. Oh! Trying to get that extra ball. No! You know, even with my flipper strength increased that little bit, I put it up from 28 to 30 or something like that. It's still not quite enough on the backhand. It is if I just like kind of bank it off of it like I did there. That was only ball one? Ugh. I was hoping I could get a little bit of a double whammy there. What did I get off of that? Light golem, that's good. I was hoping I could get a little bit of a double whammy off of that and hit my man target as well as the thing. And I almost hit the man target, but I still got the thing, so that's cool. Alright, so let's get our lock going, start up a mode. And hopefully not drain before even getting there. Come on! There it is. Alright. Come on. Come on. Did that really end it? Did I really not have any ball save on that? Is it still counting it? That was the worst. The worst. I honestly, I feel like my ball saves are set up aggressive but fair. But my problem isn't with the time on the ball saves. My problem is actually with the interpretation of the ball saves on this game. Shoot that. There we go. Literally the easiest mode ever, and now I've got a multi-ball going for nothing. Maybe I can use this time to lock some balls, get some extra stuff going on. Really want to get that extra ball. It's gonna help big time if I can get it. Come on. Come on. Shit. This is one time right now that I'm okay with Beast Frenzy because I really didn't have anything going on. I'd rather it happen now. Holy fuck. Yes! There's my extra ball. It's alright. That was actually not bad. So we got an Arkenstone from Feast Frenzy. And one from a mode, I think. So what do I want to be doing here? Just gonna change the skill shot so I don't have to listen to that annoying shit. Come on, pop up. So the One Ring. I think we just need to complete modes. That's really what I'm after right now. Damn. So Into the Fire is lit. Alright. And into the fire. This is actually one point where I would maybe consider doing some ball control during multi-ball. Just because the shots in here are really targeted. Oh no! I lost like 3 balls like all at once there. Come on. Fuck. Oh. I'm pretty sure it'll restart. My ball of fuck. Oh my god, that was a great death save. I'll take it. Fuck you, IFPA. It counts. Yay. That was a fantastic death save. Wow. These, this is what I'm talking about with the beasts popping up as blockers. That's really their only purpose, you know? And boy, do they do a good job at it. No! I don't know why I can't line up any shots to hit the wards. I got a little bit of a save there because I popped that word. Wow. There. Not bad. See, the thing that kind of bugs me about this game is, like, a lot of the scoring, the points are really all or nothing. The cool thing is, as you can see on the right side, you have boost scoring in these modes. So completing things means you're going to get more points for more things. As you complete more things, you get more points for more things. And it's like, a lot of it is very, like, it's great if you're having a great game, but when you're not having a great game, you feel like you're not getting any points. Like, playing Into the Fire is a really, really fun mode. I like the way it's balanced out and stuff. And I do like how it gives you death saves if you, like, drain your last ball and then hit a shot or whatever. What I don't like is that I got like 20,000 points for Into the Fire. It kind of removes a little bit of the joy of like getting to a sort of mini wizard mode in the game. I really wish they would kind of work on balancing of scoring for some of that stuff, but I didn't really intend to get into the Fire that early on. It's a lot better to have some modes completed first, because like I said, for the bonuses and stuff, which I'm pretty sure affect Into the Fire as well as Barrel Escape and Battle of 5 Armies. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure they affect it the same way that modes do. Alright, what do we want to do? Hit extra, because it's flashing. I had enough problems with it before. I don't think it's going to happen again. As you can see, yeah. So that's a Golem skill save, which then it does that, and you're like, why the fuck even give me the ball back if you're just gonna take it back from me? You cruel, cruel mistress. That's fucking Pinball. Come on. No dice. No dice, Grandma. As you can see, the lock lights have changed how they're flashing. I kind of fucked that up, whatever. The lock lights in this game will change how they're flashing based on how many smog completions you have.
You have done
And basically at max, like early on, like your first one, you just gotta hit them. You can hit them multiple times, it doesn't affect anything. As you progress, they might require multiple hits, I think. And then in the like high tier of them, like third tier, I think, maybe, pretty sure it's third tier. Hitting them will light them, but hitting them again will like unlight them. And I think that's a pretty cool feature. It's pretty cool. Give me 1 sec. All right. Does it give me? It doesn't give you the score for the default Into the Fire champ. Kind of curious. I'm curious what you'd need to get for their default. I'm just gonna check what that is. Where the hell is it? High score settings. It doesn't actually say what the default is for the Into the Fire, but I'm kind of curious, like, if 500,000 is the like the default Grand Champ score, I would assume that like the default Into the Fire score is maybe 50 to 100,000, something like that. It's just strange, because thinking about it, like, that was a really low Into the Fire scoring. That's probably the lowest I've ever gotten on it. And it's not like I did, like, super terrible in it. I did pretty terrible, but not that terrible. It's like I said, that the scoring in this, one of the things that bugs me about it is how it's all very completion-based, which is very satisfying when you're having a good game, but when you're having, like, a not super great game, it's kind of, like, not quite as good. All right, let's try something different. Let's try a different tactic here. Oh yeah, let's just do straight up modes, not worrying about locking extra balls. I'll hit my multi-balls as they pop, like my multi-ball locks as they pop up. But other than that, I'm just going to be focusing on modes. Hopefully that'll get me warmed up a little bit more for kind of some precise shooting. I've been having a lot of rough shots today, and I'm kind of starting to get in the flow for it. I find pinball for me is like, if I play for, I don't know, like a long competition's like probably like 5 hours, something like that, 6 hours. And usually I'm at my best at about the 3 or 4 hour mark, and then I'm getting burnt out by the end. But I think it takes a while for me to really kind of get in the groove of it. And I think it's also like, there is a staggering difference between when you're playing a lot of different games versus focusing on one game. Because when you're focusing on one game, like, you almost get that sort of like sixth sense. Oh, I never make that skill shot. Unbelievable. There we go. Trying to regain some control here. I'm gonna shoot that for some extra time. Man, I need more time already. Spent a lot of time flailing with the ball there. Wow, I don't know what happened there, but that was cool. Fucking beasts, man. I am like not gonna. Oh, come on. Fuck me. We'll get it. We'll get it. I find it's the same thing as when I was trying to shoot like the extra hole there, or like shooting Philly or whatever. It's hard to break out of where you're shooting off of the flippers for the same shot. And I'll end up bricking things repeatedly or making the same shot repeatedly, like trying to hit one of these like the R or the F drop targets and then continuing to hit the book time ramp over and over again. I do it all the time in every game, and it's a really hard 3, not bad. It's a really hard thing to break yourself out of while you're playing. I mean, it's easy to be watching and be like, oh, just let it roll down your flipper a little further. Yeah, fuck you. So, I often find one of the benefits of stopping to regain control of the ball is that you get out of the flow of hitting the same shot over and over and over again. Come on. See, this is a tough mode because hitting those side drop targets can be really, oh, that's lucky, can be really, really difficult. Oh, come on. Fuck, I had one target left. Those are the most difficult modes for me because having one drop target left, doesn't matter if you're playing an EM or a brand new game, it is the hardest thing to hit a single fucking drop target. And it's usually the one that you're least likely to hit, like by accident. I really want to hit this mode because one ring is like, I'm pretty sure it's like literally just a single shot, if I'm remembering correctly. Can't believe that didn't knock him down. No.
We have to get out of here.
Should have taken it there. No. There it is. Ah, fuck, I hit my lock. That sucks. It's one of the few times where I'd rather hit the mode than the lock. Still haven't hit it. It's one mode down. Oh, trying to hit that right or left orbit is really tricky. Fuck.
There you go.
I'd really like to hit that right hole and get my extra ball right now. Oh boy. Bonus multiplier.
Hit the captive ball. I've got parachute.
Hasn't been cancelled.
I am not hitting any shots I want to hit right now. So I'm going to prioritize hitting that lock.
Let's have
If
a
you
little more light.
Shit. Sometimes if you do a light if you do a light backhand off the right flipper, you can get that right hole. I actually find it to be a real tricky shot to make. That's okay though, because to be honest, getting an extra ball, it doesn't matter if you get it on the second or third or first ball or whatever. It's wow, I know it's not gonna give me that. Oh, it did. I just assume the worst when it comes to ball saves on Hobbit. Had I really not qualified the Gandalf modes? That's interesting. There it is. Break that rock. You think that's supposed to represent like he found the ball in the rock? Or was it like stopping some evil force and he was rewarded the ball? I mean, lore-wise, could go either way. Shoot bag end. Ugh. That bag end shot is so hard to make.
3, 2, 1.
No! No! Oh, I got it. This game is very generous on how it rewards your continuing of modes.
You are only ever
So the drop targets add value, but in this mode, I got it. Nice. The drop targets add value, but in a mode like that where I struggle to make the shot, it's not worth, for me, it's not worth it for me to keep going for adding value. I know when you do the added value shots, they do extend the timer a bit, but like, to me, it's just too difficult to consistently hit those and then the shot I'm going for. Though maybe I would end up getting the shots that I want by shooting for something else. So I don't know if you can see that, but the my goblin drop target is not consistently popping up. It's kind of occasionally giving a little thing there. I might have to check on the coil for that or something. It's a little strange. Alright, what do we want? How many locks do we got? We've got 2 tilt warnings, so... Did it not show me, or did I just miss how many ball locks I have? Also, I'm pretty sure there was only one more thing I needed for barrel escape. Yeah, I just gotta start Beast Frenzy. Okay, so that's what I'm working on right now. Or sorry, Into the Fire. Balls locked, balls locked. I don't know. Okay, so I want to shoot for the beasts. I want to get that going. I think I probably want to lock some balls anyways. Just... That's good. There it is. So this is going to light Into the Fire for me. So as soon as I finish this up, I'm gonna need to shoot those captive holes. Is that it? Yeah. So I need to get up into that hole. Whoop. Spicy. Like that. Nice. So what did we get? We got like 27 or something like that, I think, on the last one. So let's try and beat that. Maybe try to keep a few balls going a bit longer this time. I know that can be tough. Just need one more. If I can get that hole on the left, maybe. Save Gandalf. There it is. There, bash some wargs. Some wargs. Let me bash it. Girl, let me bash. Oh. No, no, no. Woo! Death saves, death saves. There it is. Where are we at now? Bash one ward. Let me get that phase, girl. There it is. Come on. There it is. Some beasts. This is going much better than the last time. These modes are hell of a lot easier when you got a lot of balls going. Oh, fucking, I just drained 2, 3, fuck. Come on. Oh, no. What did I get out of it, did it say? 78,000. We'll see if that was enough for the new Into the Fire champ, because I can't figure out what it would be. Maybe 50, maybe 100. I guess maybe 75. Come on. I really want to get the mode multi-ball going in this one. Ideally, I'd like to get to Aerobore. Just, it's gonna give me some bonuses, but I'm pretty sure I need that for barrel escape. You can see my goblin was trying to pop up there, and it just,
will blunt the knives.
oh, that was close. Ugh. There we go. Okay, so we've got a mode multi-ball locked. Let's pop that off as well. Come on, get up there. Get up. There we go. Shoot bumpers. Raise, drop targets. Come on, get up in there. Get up in the bumpers. It is so hard to get up in the bumpers when you want to get up in the bumpers. You always end up in there when you're shooting for the hole or shooting for an orbit. Captive ball. Ugh. Come on. There it is. Nope. Didn't count, I guess. There it is. Oh, come on. This is not going as well as it should be. I gotta shoot into the bumpers again. I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Oh no, it did count me. Ah. Oh, that's pretty good. Got new GC, so that's cool. Is this the whole movie series in pinball form? Yeah, it kind of combines, like, the modes are all basically different pivotal moments from the movies. And it's way better than the movies. Way better. Okay, so does this give me Into the Fire champ is what I want to know. It doesn't, so it's probably like 100,000. Hell, it might even be more than that. I didn't complete Into the Fire, so that's probably why. I think if I would have actually completed the next step, which was like one shot, I think, that probably would have given me a hell of a lot more points for it. That was like something like 72,000 or something like 77,000 for that. Yeah, well, I mean, way better than the movies is definitely not high praise, but it's high praise for pinball, because I can't think of a ton of pinball machines that are based on movies that have the distinct honor of being better than the movie. Like, I don't know, like maybe something like Flash Gordon, I guess. The movie's pretty cheesy, but it's not like bad. The game's really simple. It's old. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna grab some water, take a quick little break. I will be right back. Alrighty. The room pinball. That'd be good. I think you often have to think like a little bit outside of the pinball machine itself, kind of more what it's doing with it, because there's a lot of stuff that like for example, like Stargate. I like the movie Stargate, but the game is like, can you imagine if the movie Stargate, Kurt Russell was constantly like, shoot the pyramid all the fucking time? It wouldn't be quite as good, quite as memorable. You have to keep the ball going, but hit nothing. I would do awesome in that game because I don't ever hit anything. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I think I might keep just focusing on modes. I often end up, like, if I'm focusing on score, I don't always end up actually getting the score that I want. This game is a game that, like I said, like, completion is where your points are at. So, like, by completing lots of modes and collecting lots of dwarfs and all that stuff, you're gonna get more points than you would if you're trying to do something like stacking up multi-balls and staying in that multi-ball a long time. You can get a shit ton of points if you stay in a multi-ball a long time and you're doing a really difficult mode while you're in it and you complete that. Like there's a lot of things that are stacking up that you can get big points from, but I think just the completion of modes, you're going to end up getting more anyways because you're stacking up your bonuses every time. My audio level versus my Be Right Back screen is too far away. It exploded your ears. So my mic right now is too quiet compared to what it's like in the Be Right Back screen. Is that correct? So would I be better off turning down my Be Right Back screen or turning up this one? Turn down the Be Right Back. Okay, I can do that. I don't know if I'll have another Be Right Back before I'm off for the day. We'll see. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so let's focus on modes. I do like getting the mode extra, like the extra balls in modes, because they can often help a great deal. But I don't think I should really be focusing too much on them. I think I'll hit them if I don't have anything else kind of lit up at that time. But other than that, I think I'm just going to focus the mode shots. That's what I did mostly last time, and it worked out pretty good. Thanks. Later.
Something moves in the shadows, unseen.
So, this thing I was mentioning a little bit earlier was talking about going for, instead of taking the skill shot, which, I mean, for me, a good score is 750 to 1.2. Somewhere in there is like a pretty good score for me on this game. If I break 1 million, it's a really good game for me. I'm not like super pro level, the guys who are getting like fucking millions on this game. I don't really ever get to that level, but because my score at that point is like 8,000 or whatever I'll get from a skill shot's really negligible. I want to be doing something like this. Shit, I didn't get both that time. But hitting a... Fuck me. That's a bad start. That's a bad start. But hitting those dwarf targets and collecting dwarves is gonna be more valuable for me. Holy shit. I think we're gonna go ahead and just drain this third ball because this ain't a good one. Sad days. Sad days, friends. Sometimes it's like that at League, and it's the worst fucking feeling in the world. 'Cause you're like, yeah, I've been waiting my turn to play, here we go, and alright, fuck you. Mode! No. No. Just use this as a place to nap because I don't know how to play it.
Come on, boy, you're hungry.
Come on. Excuse me, I'd like to go up your ramp now.
Mr. Gandalf?
There we go. Finally making it up the thing I've been shooting at this entire time. So one of the examples of a time when I would shoot for Killy or Philly is right there when I do want to shoot the ramp, but because I'm rolling over and hitting Orc, it's less risky for me to shoot that orbit for Killy instead of shooting for the Orc. And then I can, you know, if I end up making that shot, it locks it, pops it up here, and gives me a feed directly into that shot. So same thing here. I want to hit that mode, but it's fucking risky. Oh my god. Also, I should say, when you brick off of the post here, there's really nothing over here that would happen with. Maybe, I guess, if you hit the corner of that just right. It is a pretty high chance you're gonna drain. So I guess it's not totally risk-free. Fuck it. That's what I wanted. 2 for 1. Bonus cheese nachos. Dear Pop Bumpers, will you ever work? Oh, fuck you! Motherfucker. Come on. Nope. Nope. I'm really bad at outlane saves because I think I always just hope for the best, and especially in competition and league play, the games are always set up so sensitive that doing those like slams and fucking nudges,
Be on your guard.
I would have tilted out just from one of those. And on my game, I like to swing them a little bit more aggressively, so I like to set my tilt up accordingly. I think that's the biggest advantage of playing a game at home is like you can set it up how you want. You can get it totally balanced side to side. You can get your tilts correct. Everything feels good. I will also say that I play with the outlanes on this game in a medium position. It would be a lot more forgiving if I moved them, but I find like the sort of for outlanes, the sort of factory default is usually the best unless you're like, oh, I want to really try and get to the end game modes. But even in a situation like that, like I had Tron, and Tron is like, you're never gonna get to Sea of Simulation if you're not a fucking like top 100 IFPA player. It's so fucking hard. I owned that game for like a year and a half, and I played it a lot, and it was like one of the most unforgiving fucking games. And even if I moved the outlanes, which I did a couple times just for fun, it wasn't enough. You know, like narrow outlanes aren't gonna save you from a bad game or bad balls or bad playing. You know, like, hey, there we go. Got my multi-ball going now. So I think a lot of like beginner players especially get kind of hung up in this like idea that if they set the game up easier, it's gonna actually be easier. All it does is encourage you to not learn advanced play tactics. Shit. Okay, shoot left ramp. I really need to. Time's running out. Nice! Nice! Fuck. I gave myself a warning earlier and I didn't want to risk tilting out there, but I probably should have. Did I remove a tilt warning? Is that what that was? That's pretty good.
Ooh, do you hear that, lads? He says we'll drop the knives.
Let's try and get Erebor. My last ball, I don't have a lot of points. I might as well go for something I haven't really been trying to do, which is get to Erebor. It really doesn't take that long. It's just a lot of consistent shots required. Maybe that's what we'll do. Sorry, my chat disabled there. Okay. Maybe that's what we'll go for right now, is just trying to get those get things moving. I need some serious bracing on this this light stand to keep it stable. So sorry. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, one of the things that I like doing when I'm playing, I find it's often almost like a form of practice, is just picking a shot and only going for that shot. Anything else I shoot for is like, I'm just trying to recover my ball back to where I need it to be for a shot. And so what I'd like to do is try that with just the Killy and Philly orbit shots. All right. Orbits only.
They took wages on whether or not you
Thanks. I haven't put them in yet, but you can see I got like the spotlights and whatever.
You decide how this shall begin.
I recently got these little guys. They're spotlights that they have like custom painted barrels with some rope on them. So those would replace these guys over here, kind of sit in whatever. But they're kind of a little bit of a pain to hook up, so I haven't done them yet. But yeah, I've got the all kinds of little bells and whistles. Kind of person that likes spending way too much money on stupid little toys and shit that sit on the playfield. I actually really like the little Hobbit house.
You only just got here.
All right, let's focus on them orbits. Since I haven't been hitting them for shit all day. This is one of for me, one of the most challenging things to do in a game like this is just focusing on a single shot that you're not good at doing. I need a shot tally app that'll calculate how many shots I've taken versus how many I've actually made. That was probably like, what, like 15 shots? So 1 in 15 shots at actually trying to make the orbits is what I'm making now. So hopefully we can get that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look. My my goblin isn't popping up. It might just be stuck. You know what? Let me just see if I can just kind of jiggle it and get it to pop up. See if that does it. If not, it might be a switch or something like that. I did recently finally get around to installing the little factory kit that stops balls from getting stuck in there, and the springs for the drop targets. Those are like 3-year-old factory like RMA mods. Okay. Pretty sure that both of these shots, pretty sure both of them are like very near the end of the flipper, but not quite at the end. My problem with this, my shooting from the right flipper to the left orbit, is I often,
Throw cutters.
there's one, I often delay it a little bit long. Starting to get my ratio back up here. That's good. Yeah, I'll shoot a little bit late and end up hitting the like the elf targets or the little bumper there. That's close. Shit. I find it difficult too with shots like the orbit shots because some games are designed to have an orbit that can really flow, like you can keep it going. What's that motorcycle racing game? From the same people who were gonna do Alien. Anyways, Full Throttle, that's the one I'm thinking of. So Full Throttle is a really good example of the type of game that's like, it's kind of made to really keep flowing, and it's a very fast game because of it, and I like it, but I don't know, there's almost something to be said for games that don't have that flow because it forces you to slow down and control your shots and calculate them out a little bit more.
I'm listening.
I find a lot of older guys are really obsessed with flow of games. Mainly because like my Tales of the Arabian Nights is a really good example. It's like, it's got a good feel because of the flow of it. It's not because it orbits fast or anything like that. It can, and I put a CPR playfield in it, so it's very fast. But it's more so the flow of like even just like hitting ramps and stuff, the way they come down off the ramps and things. I think you can have a game that has good flow that isn't necessarily like constant looping orbits or constant looping ramps. I don't think that this game has spectacular flow, but I do think it's a good shooter, and I think that speaks to me more than whether or not it has quote unquote flow. Jesus. Let's get control. So I think what we'll do is we'll play a couple games, just focusing on trying to make those orbits, just so I can get a little bit more focused on them. Because I'm not great at consistently hitting them in this game. And then we'll do some actual advanced gameplay. I gotta be getting pretty close to Erebor. I'd say maybe like 4 or 5 more hard shots. I can't remember where on the map, like what the map looks like.
Mission one.
What's up, dude? It's my dog. He likes to sit under the pinball machines. I don't know if he likes the base or what, but he's usually right at my feet. When I had Game of Thrones, he really liked that one because it had a really like massive rumble with the shaker. I had a coin taker red tremor shaker in it, and those things are just absurd. Yeah, the pop-up's still fucked up. Shit, we're almost at Erebor. One more shot and we'll be there. So we'll hit Erebor and then start some locks and some modes and shit.
Welcome
There it
to
is.
the kingdom of Erebor.
It's not natural. Stop it.
I really want to get a multi-ball going right now. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. I think I need one more lock and I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't have it yet. Though I only need the L, so maybe we can get it. There it is.
What is it?
Alright, so this should key me up for hitting that lock. Ah, come on. There it is. So what I want to do is do everything except hit that that captive ball. If I do, it's not the end of the world. I just did. Fuck. Alright, whatever. We got there. Maybe I can get to Erebor twice. We're still on the first ball. I love that ball save. I wish more games did a skill-based ball save. Okay, so we're back to focusing on those orbit shots. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, I didn't build up Erebor very much. I think if I would have just sat there in a single ball, not doing multi-ball, and focusing on hitting the spinner, I think I might have actually gotten quite a bit more for Erebor. I didn't see what I actually was rewarded for the Erebor completion. It was whenever I was in multi-ball and I hit that captive ball, but it wasn't much. Fuck. It's a little bit too late there. But I still don't really think, like, Erebor is not a big value thing. Even if you sat there ripping spinners, you've got 60 seconds to do it. And I think I've seen guys build up the value enough that they maybe get like a couple 100,000, which is decent, but it's not a lot for what you're doing and for how risky those shots can be. However, I am feeling better about my ability to, at the very least, hit the spinner. Didn't go around, but I ripped that spinner. There we go. It's actually almost best when you come off of the spinner, like off of an orbit, to hit into the captive hole. because you're gonna get fed directly for those orbits. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my goblin's like out of commission. Whoa! Motherfucker! It's definitely not stuck, but the coil's not popping it up enough. It doesn't seem like a switch thing. It seems like it's. I'm gonna just pop into the tests after this round and just see if I can get it to pop up consistently in there. Also, I hit a skill shot that I never get by accident. But as you can see, it rewarded nothing. 3,000 points is nothing.
Welcome to the kingdom
There we go.
of Erebor.
So we're at 134 right now. I am going to focus only, I'm going to try to focus on only hitting those spinners. I'm not going to be very successful at it, because when I try to do it, it doesn't go well. What are we at? 47 seconds. 45. Come on. Come on.
Ooh, you hear that, lads? He says we'll
There
blunt
it
the
is.
knives.
I need my girlfriend's home. Come on. I don't know if I ended up collecting that or not, but I didn't get a lot for it. Hey, thanks, Mo. What's going on? Oh, I really want to try and get to Erebor 3 times now. I never focus on it because it doesn't have value, but it's kind of fun to chase it. Ugh. I'm probably like halfway there already. Hey, what's up, girl?
Really?
Fuck. Yeah, we were probably about halfway there. That's pretty good. Okay, I will be right back. Okay. Mark, what's going on? I got my Hobbit maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I think this one was actually the one that was at the first Yag pin. I bought it from a guy in Saskatoon, so it's a little bit of a drive to get it. Also, thank you, Buffalo Pinball. That's cool. All right, so now that we've been dicking around on Erebor, I feel a little bit better on those shots. I was kind of like, earlier on, we had a couple okay games, but I feel like I was just like bricking so many shots trying to do those orbits, and it's just not being warmed up on the game. But so now I think what I want to do, we'll try to lock some balls in the orbit shots for extra balls in mode play, and then get our multi-ball going, start a mode, hammer out a bunch of stuff with that, hopefully get some mode completion, and get to Into the Fire at the least. That'd be cool. Yeah, I still have Arabian. It's actually almost 100% flawless. I just need to, I've got new ramps to replace the cracked ones that I had in there, and once I put those in, they'll be good. I might actually put it into Yagpin this year. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Not doing that skill shot. I'm going for the fun one. Come on, give me 4. Give me a 4 stack. No, nothing. I'm going to start a mode up right now. Cool.
Fix the drop targets.
Nothing glows anymore.
Oh, literally one target left, and it's the hardest one to get.
3, 2,
Fuck.
1.
Every time. Every time. Oh shit, I meant to check that goblin. Alright, let's try and get this. I know that I can only hit that end with a weird bank or something. Shit. Yeah, and they actually, in the latest patch, they added in a whole bunch of new callouts and stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure it was the latest one. Maybe not the hotfix one, but the big one, the 3.0 added some, and I think 3.1 added some, and I think this is like 3.11 or 3.13 or something like that. It's the latest code. That was not a great ball. Oh, look at that. I hit the one target I needed. I have to, when I'm going for that end target, I pretty much have to shoot anything but it, and then I'll get it. Alright, let's just go for a lock here. Now, ideally, I'd like to get some Killian Philly shots. I can't remember what lights those. Maybe completing a target. Let me knock down... that. Did that light them? No, it did not. Maybe it's all 3 of them that does it. Oh, come on. I'm at a little bit of an advantage here, having that goblin target fucked up right now. So this is actually perfect. Getting into this mode now, I may not get as many points. Just because I'll hit some wrong targets, which lowers the point value, I think. But I'm more likely to complete it, which is good. Mainly by accident, really. Did I finish that? No. Still going. It's just so hard to complete this one. Oh my god, another one. Oh. I think I just needed one more shot. I think it was at that point. That's a really tough mode. Shit.
Shoot for the bumpers.
I can never hit those bumpers when I'm trying to. Except for that time.
I will not see it taken again.
Oh no.
I will not see it taken again.
No, no, no. No!
Shoot for the bumpers. Time's up.
Shit. That's bad. That's bad. I don't want any DRT on my machine. Please no. I bought Star Trek from him and I played the game for 3 weeks and didn't put up a single high score, and I was like, you know, new machine, you're playing it a lot. And eventually I was just like, fuck it, it's not worth it. Initially I was like, I'd like the challenge, something to work towards and whatever. And I think his like lowest score was like 600 million or something on it, and the best I ever got was like maybe 300 or something like that. That's a game I kind of missed. Star Trek was a very good game for... Oh, I almost had the 4. Very good game for like in a home environment. The flow of it and the call-outs and stuff are all quite good. Shots in it aren't super good, but it is a really great like standard game. Okay, before I continue, let's see. Coil tests. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Device tests. Pop-up max. Goblin pop-up. Press enter to raise mechanism. It's not wanting to do it. Yeah, so it should be doing that on hold. Huh. Doesn't want to trigger. I'll do some sussing on this later. I don't really know what's going on. Might be a Switch thing too. Pinball. I wonder if it's maybe reading that the Switch is always registered, like the Switch position is sitting in, like as if it's hitting, as if it was up. So when it registers to go up, it's like it's already up, so it doesn't do it. That might be it. Might just be a gapping thing. Who knows? I don't do that skill shot. Come on. Oh! So close for the 4.
As of the Defiler.
Dave, spawn of the Defiler.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck you, game, though. So this is one of those times where your goblin being broken isn't the greatest thing ever.
Too close.
Fuck. Motherfucker.
Go, go, go! You will stay on the path. Shoot to the right.
There it is. Oh. Kind of wondering if maybe if a ball got stuck in the goblin earlier and it might have maybe burned something out.
Very good.
The bugs are returning to the mountain.
Alright, what do I got left here? I gotta hit Nori, Balin, and Gloin, and I'd like to hit my orbit shots. Fuck you. That might be enough to. If I would have hit a little bit to the left and gotten in that hole, I would have been able to keep it up, but that's okay. That's what I wanted. Radagast. Guess I needed that as well. Sweet. So we got a couple balls locked for multi-ball. I'm gonna start pounding out them lock shots. Fuck. Need to get some control here. You know what? I can lock another one. I'm gonna try and go for that. 3-ball mode multi-ball is pretty awesome. Oh, so close. And now, oh shit. Now is actually a great time for me to hit that Balin shot. Because I'm a lot less likely. Oh, fuck off. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. Well, there's Balin. That's cool. Yeah. So right now I don't really want to focus on it, but I do want to hit that Nori target. I'm gonna go for the lock right now. My god. My god. Okay. So, Hitting locks and lighting modes. That's what I need right now. Either are... Look at that stall. Oh. Normally you gotta pay extra for that kind of action. Holy shit, fuck you. Fuck you. They seen me coming from a mile away. Alright, well. On that terrible disappointment. Let's play one more game, and then I gotta be out of here.
I'm looking for someone to...
What a disappointment. That was fucking brutal. I had so much stuff set up there.
Throat cutters.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm listening.
For even the variable are returning to the mighty.
Okay. Let's lock some balls for modes. Whew, that was spicy.
Welcome to the kingdom of Erebor.
So I don't want to focus too heavily on Erebor, but I mean, while it's active, you can still get some points out of it. It's not huge points by any means, but kind of hoping that that goblin just fixes itself too. We got 46 seconds left on this super spinner. Its value is currently 16,000, so I mean, for what it is, it's not really worth nearly as much as it should be. So I think I just collected it, yeah. So 16.5 for like a few big rips on it, like, I don't think it's worth it. I think they really actually need to increase the value on that. But I also feel like if they haven't done that already at this point, they won't. Maybe it got nerfed, I can't remember. I know a lot of stuff has changed in the code, so it's possible. Was that our third or a second? Second. So let's get that ball lock. Is that my first one? I think that was. Yeah. I should have all three of them unlocked too, so. Is my orc lit? No, perfect. So we can hit the lock here. Fuck, I can fuck it up too. And then get into our mode. There it is. So we'll hit mode and we'll get two multi-balls stacked up here. Hopefully, what are we on? Defeat of Azog? I don't remember if this is a long mode. Come on. Come on. There it is. Okay. So, loops. Loops, brother. It fit many loops, brother. If I could ever fucking hit one. I think I'm in beast mode multi-ball as well. I don't think I've hit in the left loop yet. I'm still at the first step on this mode. That's terrible. Come on. Did that count? Yes, it did. Okay, left ramp. Yes, right loop. There it is, right ramp. There it is, right loop. Left ramp. Oh, I was really hoping that would work. Man, this is a really long mode. I was lucky. No! Okay, we can still get this. No. No. I don't think I'm getting that left loop. That is a... Oh! It... Oh! Come on. No, come on, come on. Oh, fuck. That mode is too fucking long. I don't even know, does it have an end? It might just be one of those modes that keeps fucking going. I don't actually think I've ever gotten that far in that mode before. Usually I'm just like, fuck it, it's not worth it. Oh, shit. That was a good first ball. 40,000 bonus. So, modes are what we want to focus on. I gotta be a little bit picky because with the goblin not working, some of these modes are complete washes, so...
Stop it.
I want to keep focusing on picking up all the dwarves because... Oh, fuck! Damn it. Because I do want to get the Arkenstone for that. I don't know where I'm at Arkenstone progress-wise. Let's have a look. Complete a book mode. Apparently I haven't done that. And Beast Frenzy. So those are two things that should be pretty easy. Should be. Won't be. And Beast Frenzy I actually can't do, so... That's gonna be an issue. Light Beastlings. Oh, maybe I can get it because of the backstab mechanic. Did I backstab him? I think that might have counted. Fuck. Shit. God damn it. It did count too. God damn it. Okay, well at least I know that. Now I can,
Good job.
Super Spinner Champ. Yeah, 16,500 is the Super Spinner Champ. That's pathetic. Those spinners aren't worth fuck all, and I hate that because it's a tricky shot and it should be rewarded. And it's not the kind of game where you can go like shoo, 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 shoo. Pop! Alright. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I may play this... Pop. I may play this again if I fix the goblin. Otherwise, I may pop over to Dialed In and we'll go through that game. I haven't gotten super deep into that game, I do know most of the rules pretty thoroughly, but I don't think I think spending a whole kind of session playing it, I'll get a little bit further into it than I normally do. It's a pretty challenging game. But yeah, we'll see. If I can fix the goblin, I might play another session on this, just because moving the whole rig is a little bit much. Anyways, I'm out of here. See you guys later.